WhatsApp has changed its privacy policy, and this is causing a lot of protest worldwide. To continue using the Messenger app in full, users are required to agree to the new terms and conditions. And they grant Facebook increased access to private data, WhatsApp and alternative apps. Today's topic on Shift. Messenger apps are the easiest way to keep in touch with people that are important to us. The COVID-19 pandemic has made this even more apparent. In December 2020, for example, over 100 billion messages were sent via WhatsApp every day. With around 2 billion active users, WhatsApp is the #1 Messenger app. In second place, also from Facebook, is the Facebook Messenger with around 1.3 billion users. With 1.2 billion users, Chinese messenger app WeChat is ranked third, and with 550 million users, the most popular independent messenger app is Telegram. Let's get back to the market leader. With 1 in 3 people over the age of 13 using WhatsApp, it's truly a global setup. It's also a huge source of income for its parent company, Facebook, which collects private data to create profiles. These are then used, for example, for personalized advertising. It's actually a common business model, but many say WhatsApp's new terms and conditions go too far. Data protection groups are up in arms. So what's new?
WhatsApp messages are encrypted. When you send a message, it only gets decrypted on the receiver's device. Under the new terms and conditions, end-to-end encryption will remain, meaning chat content will still be confidential. But when you use WhatsApp, so-called metadata is accumulated too. Companies use this data to extrapolate valuable information on how a person uses their device, or find out their network of friends. According to WhatsApp's new privacy policy, this data will now be passed on to its parent company, Facebook. The EU is the only place where this is prohibited. When Facebook acquired WhatsApp, a special regulation was put in place. Jennifer King is an expert on information privacy at Stanford University in California. She warns that passing on data can have dangerous consequences.
They use a wide swath of different types of information to target you. We often think about this only in terms of kind of online commerce and online shopping, but it goes much more broadly. Certainly in this country, in the US, we saw the controversies around Facebook's participation in our elections and election advertising. And we've also seen how much the algorithms that Facebook uses to recommend content to you, especially Facebook groups, have led to people becoming more radicalized.
In Europe, passing on data within a company and amassing individual data is prohibited according to the EU's General Data Protection Regulation. But Facebook's plans have also provoked criticism in the US and many other countries. As a response, Facebook clarified that it was only going to collect information from chats concerning communication with companies. But this would allow Facebook to receive data on the consumer behavior of users, for instance. This data can then be used to make more money with personalized advertising. And there's a further motive behind this cooperation.
It's a calculated move because the more that a company like Facebook can argue that they cannot possibly disentangle all of these other companies that they've acquired from the core of Facebook, the more leverage I believe they feel like they have in trying to fight antitrust concerns that are currently being raised here in the US.
WhatsApp users don't have a choice. If they don't accept the new conditions, they won't be able to use all the app's familiar functions.
Since WhatsApp's new terms and conditions were announced at the beginning of this year, more and more people have been looking for alternatives. A popular choice is Signal. In January, the app even hit #1 for a short time in Apple's App Store. Fun fact, WhatsApp founder Brian Acton earned over €3 billion when Facebook bought WhatsApp. Today, he's a big fan of Signal. He even co-founded the non-profit Signal Foundation, which promotes open-source privacy technologies. And he gave the foundation €50 million as startup capital, an important contribution to its success.
Signal is a messenger app that focuses on user privacy. The data is encrypted using the open-source Signal protocol, which is where the app gets its name. It enables users to send encrypted messages, photos, videos, and documents to another user or in group chats. Signal was created by a cryptography expert known by his pseudonym, Moxie Marlinspike. He had previously worked for different tech security companies and had been Twitter's chief technology officer. In 2013, Moxie left Twitter and founded OpenWhisper, Signal's predecessor. Its fans include some prominent names in tech circles. Privacy activist Edward Snowden and Twitter founder Jack Dorsey have praised the app for being extremely secure. And in January, Tesla founder Elon Musk tweeted, "Use Signal." Since last year, the European Commission also recommends using Signal to its staff members. Our privacy expert appreciates Signal too, giving the Messenger app a thumbs up.
Other apps do encrypt their transmission, but Signal is trying to build a business off of essentially guaranteeing that the communications between you and other Signal users are completely private. They don't hold what we call the keys, the encryption keys to those messages. It's whether you're concerned about other individuals, hackers, or the government, Signal probably checks all those boxes.
Signal has declared an offensive on Facebook's opaque data policy. For example, with ads like this one. They were supposed to appear on the photo platform Instagram. The advertising was to be tailored to the individual user, using data that advertisers can purchase. This data includes hobbies, locations, and even opinions on socio-political issues. Pretty scary stuff. The ads never showed up on Instagram. Facebook claims that Signal's campaign never got started. Signal says they were blocked. One thing is certain, though. The issue has definitely raised awareness on privacy. Telegram has also profited from the controversy surrounding WhatsApp. Today, more than 550 million people worldwide use this app.
The most popular alternative to WhatsApp isn't Signal, but Telegram. Launched by Pavel Durov from Russia, Telegram registered 150 million new users in the first months of this year. Switching to Telegram is easy. Chats can be imported from WhatsApp with just one click. Thanks to a browser extension, the app can also be used on your desktop. This works because Telegram uses a cloud service. If you don't want to save messages to the cloud, you need to set up a so-called secret chat. Messages are then saved to your own device. The self-destruct timer for messages and files is another feature that protects your privacy.
I would encourage you to put some type of expiration date on things, because one thing you always need to assume is that when you join an online service that they are going to have the default set to kind of the maximal exposure. They'll want you to keep chats around. You know, if there's an option to share data, it'll probably be selected. It involves a little bit of homework and try to familiarize yourself with what that platform does.
Telegram and Signal run on Android, as well as the iOS operating system.
Telegram is advert-free and doesn't allow its content to be regulated. Sounds good, but it has led to radicals here in Germany, for example, gathering in huge chat groups and spreading hate posts and fake news. The messenger service provided by the gaming platform Discord is also becoming increasingly popular. First a hit with gaming fans, it now has around 150 million users worldwide. That's twice as many as last year. We've taken a closer look at this high-flying app.
Discord was originally designed as a platform for gamers, but now you can also find groups, called servers, to talk about other things. You can start your own server or join an existing one to meet like-minded people. Ever since the number of Discord users doubled to reach 150 million, however, the most popular communities are often already full. Dimitri Williams is an associate professor and teaches courses on gaming. He explains the industry's unparalleled boom in times of the COVID-19 pandemic.
This is the same we see across gaming. Discord's not only a gaming app, but gaming is up 20–60% across most platforms as people have flocked to find some kind of social outlet when they otherwise couldn't meet each other face to face.
The many different functions on Discord are one reason why people are turning to the app to keep in touch with friends during the pandemic. Chat rooms can easily be personalized. You can create subgroups called channels with different privileges for individual users. And you can communicate via video or voice chat. What's more, you can also share your screen on your mobile.
There were actually some gaming-centric platforms that are still around, Ventrilo and TeamSpeak, that are still used by some gaming cultures. Discord has some more functionality. Its user experience or UX is a little bit nicer and smoother and cleaner. It's also notable that it isn't driven by advertising, and that if you go there, you don't feel quite so surveilled by commercial interests. I think that's a bit of an appeal.
There's a catch, though. Discord is a chat platform that was developed for gamers, and the messages, sent via the San Francisco-based provider, do not have end-to-end encryption.
End-to-end encryption is very important to me, so Discord is currently not an option. Even though I'd really like to stop using WhatsApp, but then most of my friends are still there. Johannes Kaspar, Data Protection Commissioner in Hamburg, has issued an order which only applies here in Germany.
German users are currently protected by this order banning Facebook from processing their data. We now have to see if this order, which is limited to 3 months, can be taken up to the European level and keep this case from ending abruptly. We're trying to get our colleagues from the European Data Protection Board to join us.
International standardized data protection is something I would like to see implemented. I think it's a scandal that Facebook can't or won't make their terms and conditions more transparent. I want to have more control over my personal data, and as the global success of alternative apps shows, I'm not the only one. What's your opinion? Have you thought about switching to an alternative app, or are you worried that it might be harder to stay in touch with your friends? Let us know on dw.com or on our YouTube channel. That's all from me today. See you again soon.